You know the vibes. Back here again with Chief and None. We've got some more FM content for you. Can't lie, I'm excited for this one. This is a career resimulation. So CR7, the man, the myth, the legend, has won 5 Ballons, 4 golden shoes, and over 30 major trophies, including 7 league titles, 5 Champions Leagues, European Championship, and the Nations League. So what we've done is create a brand new CR7, 16 years old, back at Sporting Lisbon. So the stats are slightly reduced. They are a version of Ronaldo from a previous Championship manager. I think it was Championship manager 02-03. And we've kept the original Ronaldo in the game and renamed him the legend. Because what we want to do is see if he continues on and wins anything else. We want our new Cristiano Ronaldo to see if he can eclipse that. So it's going to be really interesting to see if he follows the same path as Ronaldo, if he forges his own path, and if he can dominate as CR7 has dominated. So first we have Cristiano Ronaldo here. As you can see, he used to wear number 28 back at Sporting, so that's a number I've given him. Valued only at 7.75k, which seems kind of harsh, especially given his stats, but at 16 years old, you can see he's quite the phenom. He hopes to learn a lot while at Sporting, and he wants to break into the first team. So I've given him a personality similar to the Ronaldo in the game currently. That's rated to fairly professional. Either footed, he's described as a promising striker. Even though he was playing more as a winger to start off with, I did give him similar positional stats and knocked him down a couple based on the original Ronaldo. And stats wise, again, as I was saying, a lot of the stats are just copied from the old Championship manager, but where some of these stats weren't in the old Championship manager, I've either guesstimated or given him a 10 just to make it quite fair. Height, I've given him 6'1" to start with. Don't think he's grown a great deal over the years, but weight, I've knocked it down by a little bit just because he was quite slender to start off with, and it was over the years he really bulked up and really redefined his body. Player traits wise, giving him tries tricks, because he did try a lot of tricks back in the day. Likes to beat man repeatedly, that was one of his key things back at United. Cuts inside from both wings and runs the ball often. A lot of the things he has as a legend now, he doesn't, or he didn't quite do them to start off with in his career. So it'll be interesting to see if he picks those up as he goes along. So in terms of pathway and long-term plans, as you can see, short-term, obviously, he wants to make it to the top, so he wants to break into the first team. He's in the under-23s, which I'm a little surprised about as well, but hey, I guess it's quite accurate. He didn't start in the first team in his first year. He started off in the B team and then made his way through into the first team. I think he actually played for the under-18s as well. He's one of the only players to ever play for 3 different sporting teams in a year. But as you can see, long-term plans, he aims to be in the current first team for the coming years. I've added he has a preference to play for United. I've added he has a preference to play for Real Madrid. And also he has a preference to play for Juventus. I'm not sure whether that will influence his buying decisions or the buying decisions of the clubs in particular, but I've added those in there so that if they do come in for him, he's going to have a preference to want to go for them. And I think I weighted them most to Real Madrid because he spent his most years there, second to United, and last to Juventus. So that's the ranking. So hopefully they do come in order for him, but if they were all to come in at the same time, he's obviously going to choose Madrid in terms of preference. And looking at the original Cristiano Ronaldo now, as you can see, we've renamed him the legend just to save all the stats and all the history, and we can accurately compare and see whether or not we do surpass the legend with our new Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm just taking a look here, comparing the two. As you can see, mentally, the legend is well clear of Cristiano Ronaldo. Aerially, he improved a lot over the years and he's well clear of him. Technically, they're about the same. Attacking wise, the legend far surpasses him. Vision, near enough the same. Speed, slightly better on the legend. Physical, they're about the same. And defending, the legend is slightly worse. I think over the years, Ronaldo's just become a bit more focused on attacking, so has left be defending behind, but a younger Ronaldo is a bit more in tune and a bit more hardworking on the defensive end. And as you can see, over the years, Ronaldo's become more unconvincing on the wing, but in his younger days, he was a bit more competent on the wing. So it's quite accurate, or as accurate as you can get it. And I'm really excited to see. So what we're going to do now is simulate 3-year intervals and see how our Cristiano Ronaldo does. So the date is 1st of July 2022. In 3 years, we're going to have a quick check to see how our Ronaldo is doing. Wow, okay. Very, very surprising. Our Cristiano Ronaldo is at Manchester City. So he's 19 years old and he started to fill out. He's definitely started to fill out. He's a wonder kid, fairly professional. He hasn't learned any new player traits as of yet, but that's really surprising that he's at Man City, even with the preference to play for Man United and almost a hatred. I guess I haven't added any hatred on there, but you'd think that having a preference to play for Man United would mean that you wouldn't want to play for your rivals, but nevertheless, here he is. As you can see, he's put on a little bit of weight as well. So he started at 78, so he's added on about 6 kilograms. So he's about the same weight as the original Ronaldo now. And stats wise, he's still fairly professional, but a lot of these stats are really starting to green out and come along now. Be interesting to see how, when we compare him with our legend, how they match up. Getting 175,000 a week. I mean, I don't think he'll ever earn astronomical figures because it's rare to see in the game anyone go over sort of 400, 450s, 500s, apart from the Messis and Ronaldo's. So that's one thing the other Ronaldo, or the original Ronaldo, will always have over him. So he actually spent 2 seasons in Sporting Lisbon before being signed by Man City. So he went for more money signing for City than he did signing for United, which is understandable. He proved himself in Portugal. He scored 18 goals in 52 games in his first season with 5 assists. And in his second season, he improved on that, scoring 26 goals in 56 games with 4 assists. That's at 17 years old against grown men. So that's a really, really good achievement. Then he got his move to Man City. And in his first season with Man City, he scored 18 goals in 45 games, well, 53 games in total, and 12 goals in 31 games in total in the league. So not a bad return for an 18-year-old. 18 years old in the Premier League. Definitely better than the original Ronaldo, just obviously for the other side of the city. Let's look at milestones now. Again, just add in there that there will be no injuries, so he's not going to have any major injuries to disrupt him. That's because I've turned off all injuries in the game. So milestones, let's look at the entire career. Let's start with the landmarks. So he won the Supertaça Candido de Oliveira for Sporting CP, which he actually won. That was his first trophy with Sporting, or that was his first trophy in football even. They made his first senior club debut, senior club goal, same. Made his international debut in 2020. Probably a little bit earlier than the other Ronaldo, or the legend rather. We'll start calling him the legend. Then he won the Portuguese Cup, something he never won, the legend never won. First international goal against Germany. And he's also won the FIFA Club World Cup. So he didn't actually win the league, so he couldn't shoot Sporting to the league in 2 attempts. But he shot them to a cup. And with Man City so far, they haven't been able to win the league or win any other honours except for the FIFA Club World Cup. The individual awards, let's have a look here. So he's been shortlisted for a few awards, but nothing He won the 2020 Player of the Year, Supporters Player of the Year. But nothing credible as of yet. Still young. Still 19, so he's still got plenty of time. It wasn't really until his 20s and that he filled out that started to turn it up. So looking at the competitions now, again, the Super Attacker winners made his under 21 debut at 16. I'd say about the same as the original legend. Runners up in the Allianz Cup. International debut, so he would have made his international debut at about 17, which is a year ahead of the legend. Won the cup for Sporting, so something the legend couldn't do. First international goal. Runners up in the Super Attacker, runners up in the Portuguese Cup again. Winners of the Club World Cup and runners up in the Champions League. So that would have been big actually. That would have been big if he could have shot himself to an early Champions League, get one off the board. But at the moment, although he's still on pace, he's slightly behind simply because the other Ronaldo would have won a league title by now with United. Or actually, no. So he's still on pace actually. Because United won it in 06-07 and he came in 02-03. So 3 years. So nothing doing at the moment. He's on pace. He's won a couple of things which Ronaldo wouldn't have won yet, but still looking good. And obviously bought for 49 million. So in terms of transfer fees, he's ahead of Ronaldo by about 37 million at the moment. And he's broke a couple records. Sporting CP record for goals scored in the season, broke his own record from the season before, which is always good. And he's the youngest player to appear in a match in a couple of competitions. And he's already truly one of football's global superstars, which is definitely ahead of the legend, because the legend wouldn't have been one of global superstars until about 06, 07, 08, 09. 07, 08, that's when he became the Cristiano Ronaldo or the CR7 that we know today. So here we have the legend who's still in the game, who's still earning 525k a week, valued only at 7.25 million, but that's understandable. So has he won anything extra? Wow, this biography is absolutely insane. Let's look at the competitions. So in 2019, he added a cup, a league, then he added a cup, a league again. He's added another Champions League, so that's 6 Champions Leagues to his names, 3 extra leagues, that takes him to 10 league titles. UEFA Super Cup as well. Nothing for Portugal. So yeah, so 6 Champions Leagues and 10 league titles so far for the 2 of them. And let's have a look at the comparison. As you can see, technically the new Ronaldo is slightly better. Attacking wise, he's still not got there yet. Aerially, he's improved a little bit, but he's still lagging behind. Mentally, still needs to work on that, which is now the years Ronaldo really started to come into his own mentally. Got a bit better defending. Physical, obviously, speed. 37 years old, there's no way Ronaldo can keep up. He's just going to keep going up and up. Ronaldo will keep declining for as long as he stays in the game. And vision, they're about the same. And interestingly enough, Ronaldo's, the legend, seems to have lost weight. So, yeah. Guess he's cutting weight to make it easier to stay in the game. Have a quick look at the attributes. For anyone who cares, technically, they're about the same. Mentally, the legend still dominates, but physically, as you'd expect, the young Ronaldo dominates. So positionally, it's quite accurate that at the start of his career he's playing out wide. We'll see if over time the manager, who's currently Pep Guardiola or whoever the manager may be, starts to really push him forward and say, no, he is a striker and he will play up front. I mean, this Man City teams is absolutely stacked. Look at the talent there, absolutely crazy. So in the Champions League, we had Tottenham coming back into another final and winning. That, I'm assuming, it's Jose Mourinho would have been the manager then. Interesting. Juve's won and Barcelona have won, so Man City have been runners up 2 years in a row. So Pep's getting very, very close, but still no cigar. So in the league, Porto, the 2 Ronaldo years, finished 3rd place. Couldn't even break the top 2 monopoly. And without Ronaldo, they fell back. Braga finished 3rd, but it's been Benfica and Porto just splitting it as per usual. So interestingly enough, I thought Ronaldo won 3 league titles, but maybe the first one counted as the 18-19 one because they've only won 2, 19-20. Lazio won the next year and Juve won 2021. That's only 9 league titles for our Ronaldo to chase at the moment. La Liga, been absolute Barcelona domination. They've won it 5 years in a row in total, but 3 in-game years in a row. Real Madrid might need to invest in Man City's starlet Cristiano Ronaldo to break that monopoly. Who knows? And we have here, so Man City actually won the league the first season prior to the Ronaldo years. And then after that we've had a Liverpool double, so back to back. Man City finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. So 2nd in Ronaldo's first season. Can he shoot them to a title the next year? And here's what we really care about. As you can see here, Harry Kane won the first Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo came 2nd in that. Then Messi came back with another Ballon d'Or to his name. Ronaldo again 2nd. And 3rd, Ronaldo back on the top of the stoop with his 6th Ballon d'Or. 33 goals in 44 games, 6 assists at 36 years old. Absolutely insane. That's now 6 Ballon d'Ors for our new Ronaldo to chase. He's not making it easy for us, that's for certain. That's why he is a legend. So in the Euros of 2020, we had England winning it, runners-up Italy. And in the Nations League, Germany became the 2nd ever winners of it. Hosted at Stadium MK. Wow, okay, fair enough. And of course, this is a World Cup year, so there's no World Cup winners as of yet, due to it being Qatar 2020 and a Winter World Cup. It'll be interesting to see how Ronaldo does at his first World Cup. Sure, he's in the team. Yep, and he's one of the key players or top players already. So now we're gonna fast forward another 3 years and see where we're at and how Ronaldo and hopefully the legend are doing. Hoping the legend stays around at least his 40s. Let's really push the boat and extend his career and see how far he pushes us. So the date is 1st of July 2025. We are 6 years into the simulation and we are going to check on Cristiano Ronaldo. As you can see here, there might be some interest from Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo puts on a show for Real Madrid. Interesting. That means he might still be at City. Let's quickly jump in and see how we're doing. As you can see here, our man is now 22 years old. Scored 30 goals in 58 games for Portugal, valued at 96 million and now earning 350k a week. So his flair at 20, some of his stats have really come on now. Now known as an elite attacking midfielder, so he's a world-class attacking midfielder by 22. Still only fairly professional, so it'll be interesting to see if his personality comes on and he can become a perfectionist like his predecessor, the legend. Oh, so he's wanted by Barcelona and Real Madrid. Both of the big boys want him. Hopefully he chooses Madrid. Hoping. So he's not earned any new player traits as of yet. Still just tries tricks, cuts inside from both wings, likes to beat man repeatedly and run with the ball often. So we pick up where we left him in 2022, and he had his best goal scoring season for Man City, scoring 20 goals in the league, 37 games, 31 in 55 in all competitions. Then he sort of started to tail off a bit, although he's performing better in terms of average rating. So he scored 18 goals in 37 games, so pretty similar to the season before, 31 in 61 in all competitions. But he actually got some assists in the league as well, so he's more productive to the team overall. But it's this season where he's dropped off to 9 goals only in 38 games. A couple more assists, but not replacing the goals that he's not scoring. 21 in 63 in all competitions, 14 assists in total, but that's a down year for our player. I think he's still stuck in limbo almost, where he's still playing out wide. So he's still playing out wide on the left. Interestingly enough, Man City have now brought in Mbappe, who's playing wide on the right, and Rodrigo, who's playing up front. So, I mean, Rodrigo is quite versatile as well, so he could almost play on the left and you put Ronaldo up front, but I think Pep's still in charge and this is what he wants to go with. Yeah, Pep's still in charge and this is what he's going with. So now let's jump into the landmarks and what he's achieved. So he's finally won the Premier League. So in the next season, they won the Premier League and he's got his first winner's medal under his belt, first league title under his belt. Then they were runners-up in the Champions League. So again, another Champions League runners-up medal. That's 2 opportunities, 2 back to the cherries, and he's not been able to get over the line yet. And runners-up again in the UEFA Nations League. So he wins the Community Shield and the Carabao Cup. So getting closer to, I think, the 34 titles that Ronaldo, the legend, would have had at this point. Runners-up in the FA Cup. Carabao Cup winners again, and Premier League, it's another Premier League title, so that's his second. Another FA Cup, we're not too worried about the FA Cups, and there we go. So he's won the Champions League, he's got the voodoo off his back, he's got 1 under his belt. He needs to chase another 6, unless the legends increase that lead. But yeah, another 6 to chase, and he's won something with Portugal, so a lot earlier than Ronaldo in his career, but he's won the Nations League. So that's that ticked off. Now he just needs to chase the Euros, or can he better him, go for the World Cup. Individually, has he won anything of note yet? So he's won quite a lot of stuff actually. So he became the European Golden Boy. I don't think Ronaldo ever won the European Golden Boy, so he's outdone him there. Team of the Year, Golden Boot runner-up with a 20. Best Player in Europe runner-up. Forward of the season, Champions League Golden Boot. Ronaldo's won plenty of those, so that's good. Shortlist, European Golden Boy again. No Ballons in sight, though, unfortunately. And the biography is starting to fill out a little bit more, especially with the individual awards that he's winning. Still nowhere near the great legend, but 11 trophies so far. So he's getting there, definitely getting there slowly. I definitely think he'll outdo Ronaldo in terms of caps, because at 22 years old, he's already made 58 appearances. And the goals to games ratio is still staying quite close to Ronaldo, so he could do the job there. Let's have a look at the legend. So as you can see, the legend left football in 2024. So he decided to hang up his boots 2 years after we left him, and now he's the assistant manager at Chievo and he's studying his coaching badges. That's nice there. So we can no longer compare the two of them, unfortunately. So as you can see here, he added another cup and the league to his long list of awards. So in total he played for 24 years, making 711 appearances and scoring 509 goals. That is incredible. And it's going to be a tough ask to beat that. 194 games for his country and 104 goals. So Cristiano Ronaldo still has a long way to go. But I believe in him. I have faith. Less faith in the team honours. But if he can get the move to Real Madrid or Barcelona this summer, then potentially he can elevate to that next level. Absolutely insane achievements. Take a bow, the legend, Cristiano Ronaldo. So for the Ballon d'Or, Antoine Griezmann got his first Ballon d'Or in 2022. Robert Lewandowski did at the age of 35. Still no Neymar Ballon d'Or, that's the closest he's gotten so far. And Erling Haaland won his first Ballon d'Or playing for Man United. Kylian Mbappe second. So in Portugal, same story. Big two. 1 and 2, as always. Sporting made their way back. And then Familiaco, nice third place finish there. And after Barcelona domination, they got a 6th in a row. Real Madrid have now won twice in a row. So Real Madrid could be trying to sign Ronaldo to cement their status, and Barcelona could be trying to sign him to get back on the perch. And in Serie A, Inter won their first title in 13 years. And Juve got back again with Ronaldo's last league title for Lazio. Lazio, Fiorentina, Inter, top 3. Interesting. The Juventus have really fallen off the first season without Ronaldo. Even though he wasn't scoring as many as he has done previously, maybe it's just a mentality shift. And in the Premier League, Liverpool and Man City have just been splitting the titles, with Man United getting as close as second for the first time this year, but still not being able to break the monopoly between Liverpool and City. There we go. Wow, so Tottenham actually went back to back. Well, not back to back, but they won their second title and they exercised their demons by beating Liverpool. Very interesting. And then Bayern got to the top of the pile, beating Man City at Wembley in London. And then Man City inflicted double pain on Madrid by beating them in the final to win Ronaldo's first Champions League, but also doing it in Real Madrid's biggest opposition stadium, so that would have doubly stung. So in the 2024 Euros, France won the Euros, with Italy, almost Euro specialists, becoming runners-up again, still not been able to get to the top of the pile. It'd be their first since 1968, so they'd definitely be hungry for it. Then again, Germany won the 2023 Nations League, Portugal came second, and Portugal then won 2025 Ronaldo's, or Cristiano Ronaldo, on new one, his first international honour. Yeah, Portugal and Germany are UEFA Nations League specialists. Total domination by France, winning the World Cup again, beating Belgium, Qatar. So we're going to go 3 years in the future now and see where Ronaldo ends up. Will he still be at Man City, or will he have made a big money move in 2025? So the date is 1st of July 2028. We are now 9 years into the simulation. We're going to have a check on how our guy, Cristiano Ronaldo, is doing. So our man Cristiano Ronaldo is still at City in the prime of his career, 25 years old, now played 94 times for Portugal, won 54 goals. He's still considered an elite attacking midfielder. Personality still stuck at fairly professional, not seen any improvements there, but other than that his stats have really improved. And he's earning 675k, so contrary to what I believed, I didn't think he'd ever get past that sort of 500 mark, but City are paying him his dues, that's for certain. So he hasn't learned any new player traits, and he's still a natural attacking midfielder. They're still not really playing him up front, so they're still stuck Cristiano Ronaldo out wide. And there's been a lot of change in this Man City team, and also Pep Guardiola's left. Now Allegri in charge, but Ronaldo's still just that attacking midfielder on the left-hand side. So looking at the club stats now, so we would have left him in 2025, and he scored 14 goals in the league that year in 38 games, and 24 in 65 in all competitions. So he's not scoring as much as Ronaldo was at that age. Again, next season he scored 17 goals in 38 games, 28 in 55. It's almost as though the original Ronaldo, the legend, is just such an anomaly that it'd be hard to replicate that. The 22 goals in 53 games in the season just gone, 16 in 38 in the league. Thinking now maybe we should have forced him up front, but at the same time, we want it to naturally develop, and still 134 goals in 324 games. They're still lagging about 370 goals behind Ronaldo, but I mean, if he plays to the same age as Ronaldo, he might get there. He really needs to pick up the pace though. Definitely needs to pick up the pace. So looking at competitions now. After he won the UEFA Nations League, they came third in the FIFA Club World Cup. They won a Community Shield. Runners up. They won another Champions League, so that's 2 now. That's good. He's on his way. And third place in the Club World Cup. But again, no Premier League titles. So Man City haven't been performing to the standards, considering they have Ronaldo and Mbappe in their team. They've only won 2 or 3 Premier Leagues. That's poor. That's very poor. Individual awards. He's been named in the World Team of the Year. No Ballons. Let's see who's been winning the Ballons, because I think it's maybe because he's not playing up front and not getting the goals that he's not able to really prove his worth. But he's been fine. He's been named Man City captain, so although he was never named Man United or Real Madrid captain, he was, or the original Ronaldo was, Portugal captain. So that's a nice little touch there, Man City captain. And so far 13 competitions to his name, so again slightly lagging behind, but there's still time. He's still in the prime of his career, 25 years old. It's still all to play for. So the legend is now, or still an assistant manager. He's got all his coaching badges now, and he's gone back to Juventus. So that's interesting. Earning 8k, which is a wild difference to the 500 odd K he was earning in his last deal. But so for the Ballon d'Or, Ronaldo's suffering by almost playing with Mbappe. It's almost like it's Mbappe's team, and Mbappe has been winning by scoring that many goals, 35 goals in 64 games and 31 goals in 57 games. So he's won 2 Ballon d'Ors in a row after Haaland, and Haaland came back. Only 21 goals in 11 games, but he won his 2nd Ballon d'Or. So in the Champions League, Man City beat Liverpool, so Man City went back to back, and now Man United have come on and gone back to back against Lazio and Arsenal at Old Trafford. The United have won a Champions League at Old Trafford against one of their biggest rivals. Hilarious. So again, still domination by Porto and Benfica. Porto have gone back to back for the first time in years. So rather than swapping around this time, they've gone back to back, but Benfica again just finishing 2nd. And Real Madrid and Barcelona have now just been exchanging year on year, with Real Sociedad finishing 3rd in the most recent season. That's interesting. But yeah, they've just been splitting 1 and 2. And in Serie A, after Lazio's last win, they literally repeated the sequence with the Inter, Juve, Lazio win again. Inter becoming 2nd. Inter now another powerhouse in the league. Lazio again. But yeah, it's a 3-headed race every season, it seems, between Lazio, Inter, and Juventus. Then in the Premier League, we've finally seen another duopoly broken up. So after Man City won their last title, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. So it's been a London trio of league titles, with United just coming second every time. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But they did get 2 Champions Leagues in a row. That's an interesting one. What would you rather? 2 Champions Leagues in a row or 2 Premier Leagues in a row? Or would you like just a mix of both, alternating every year? When the Nations League, Spain came through to break up the duopoly of Portugal and Germany, and France, runners up again. So although they've been dominant in international football, they've not been able to secure themselves the Nations League yet. And in the World Cup of 2026, England managed to get over the line and finish first. So let's move forward 3 years and have a look how Ronaldo does in the prime of his career. Will he get a move away? Will he stick with Man City his whole career? So the date is 1st of July 2031, and we are now 12 years into the simulation. And we are going to check on Cristiano Ronaldo to see where he is, to see if he's still at Man City, as he made a move and started to emulate his legend compatriot. So as you can see, Ronaldo is still at Man City, now earning 750k a week. So everything I said before is a complete lie. You can earn as much as you want in this game, regardless of what team you are. Personality still suck up fairly professional, so I'm a bit surprised by that. A bit surprised it's not come on a little bit, but it's still good. It's just over time he really developed as a player and his mentality improved, so I didn't want to give him the mentality from the start, but perhaps we'll run it back with a new mentality. 130 caps, 85 goals for Portugal, worth 97 million. So he hasn't learnt any new player traits either, which is interesting. Thought he'd pick up a few more. So career stats, it still looks like he's been played out wide, but he's found his level now with 15 goals a season. 27 and 55 in the first year he left him. 19, only 19 goals in 50 games. That's a poor return. And 27 and 59 in the season just gone. But again, he's going to fall well short of matching the original Ronaldo in terms of goals. He'll definitely get there in terms of games, but goals, he now needs another 320 in about 300 games. So he'd need to score a goal every game, which Ronaldo, the original one, did do, but to replicate that in Football Manager is tough. So milestones now. Again, he struggled at Man City. They've not won anything of note. They won a Community Shield and an FA Cup, which is a very, very poor return. He's now been named Portugal captain, so he's matched Ronaldo, so he's now the captain of his nation. But he's only won 17 competitions, which by 28, Ronaldo was definitely ahead of him. Let's have a look at individual awards. They won the Golden Shoe and the Golden Ball for the World Cup, which is quite good. But again, struggling to see any Ballons. For some reason, he's just not able to get over the line. Is he still playing with Mbappe? Yep, so he's playing with Mbappe still, which is tough. And he's still not being played up front. He's still being forced out wide. I don't want to say forced out wide, that's obviously his natural position, but he is much more than just a winger. You can see he's got the stats to play up front. So why don't they want to go with 2 up top? They've now got Conte in charge, and again, they're only going with 1 up top. There's just so many different options. So after Haaland won the Ballon d'Or, he went back to back to win his third. 28 years old, 31 goals in 57 games. Then the first regen broke the regen duck with Taylor Healy, 31 goals in 46 games for United, also a striker as well. And Mbappe coming back around to run it back with his third Ballon d'Or. But again, these are some of the years Ronaldo should have been winning it, and he's just not able to get over the line because he's playing in Mbappe's team. So, ooh, interesting. Interesting. For the first time in a while, we're seeing some domination in Portugal, where Porto have just won 5 years in a row, and the top three have been the same 5 years in a row. So that's quite interesting. Barcelona and Real Madrid still just splitting the titles, just taking each other on each year and just sharing the honours. Athletic got a third finish. So Athletic Bilbao, quite good. And Sociedad went back-to-back third finishes. City did well in the Champions League and then finished third again. And now we're starting to see a little bit of outside domination. So Juventus haven't won it now for 4 years. So Inter won it after Lazio, then Lazio went back-to-back. So Lazio becoming a real powerhouse in this Serie A. And in the Premier League, we're seeing the bridesmaid finally become the bride this year. Man City finishing runners-up. In the first year we left them, Tottenham went back-to-back, with City finishing second again. Then Man City won a title. So, where was that in Ronaldo's stats? I just decided to ignore that, evidently. Or did I ignore that because that's why I ignored that? Okay, that is my error. I thought that was the original Nations League they won, but that was a new Nations League. So they did win the Premier League. So they won a Premier League. I guess he added to his league titles, but he hasn't added to his Champions Leagues. And they won a Nations League. So he's matched Ronaldo in terms of international honours, but in terms of quality of them, he's still slightly behind. Then on to the Champions League. As you can see, Real Madrid won, Tottenham won, and Barcelona beat Real Madrid. So that would have definitely hurt Real Madrid, and it was in Spain as well. That would have been a nice final to go to. Then in the Nations League from 2029, Portugal won, England coming second. Then Spain won their second title, with Germany coming runners-up. Again, Stadium MK, what is that all about? But as you can see, Portugal are the most successful team in the Nations League so far. Then 2028 Euro Championship, Spain with a victory. They hold the Nations League and the Euros at the same time. And England go back-to-back in the FIFA World Cup. Amazing from England. But again, third place for Cristiano Ronaldo. So just can't get past the semi-final stage. He really needs this one now. Like, I think if he can get them overland the World Cup, you could say internationally he's eclipsed the legend. But club career, as I was saying, it's going to be extremely tough to eclipse him. And I think it's almost been left too late. Unfortunately, City have sort of stunted him and have enough money to always keep him. So not quite sure how the latter half of his career will pan out. So quick check on our guy, the legend. As you can see, he's still at Juventus, earning a bit more money now, but he's still just the assistant manager there. So he hasn't made the jump into management. And I don't think he actually wants to make the jump into management. Like, maybe he's just bad in his time, but we'll see if he makes that jump as well. But that is it for now. That is the end of part 1. So we've done 12 years of the simulation. We've got another 12 years to go, or at least until our man Cristiano Ronaldo decides to retire. So we shall see. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed so far in his club form and club career, and really disappointed that he got a move to City, especially having a preference for United, Juventus and Real Madrid. So maybe that might be something if we run it back, or if we run future simulations, we remove certain teams or add them as rivals so he wouldn't want to play for them. But that is it for part 1. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon for part 2 of this simulation, and also more what ifs and more FM career simulations.